On a lonely hill outside the town of Ashcroft stands the ruins of Graven Hill Sanatorium, once a sprawling psychiatric hospital. It was shut down in the 1960s after a fire, though the true reason has never been clear. Locals whisper that the sanatorium was cursed. They tell stories of experiments carried out in secret, of patients who vanished without record, and of screams that still echo from the collapsed wings. 5 documentary filmmakers, Aaron, Julia, Marcus, Claire, and David, arrive to investigate. Their plan? Spend a weekend exploring the ruins, filming everything for their Urban Legends channel. They expect dust, silence, and creaking halls. Instead, they step into a place that is very much alive. The road leading up the hill is cracked, lined with dead trees. The gates of the sanatorium, rusted and twisted, groan open at their touch. Inside, the main building looms, windows like hollow eyes, ivy crawling up its stone walls. They explore the front lobby, where wheelchairs and stretchers still sit abandoned. Old patient charts lie scattered on the floor. A faded sign reads, "We care for the forgotten." Already, strange things begin. Their equipment batteries drain too quickly. Radios pick up static, and faint music, an old piano tune, drifts from somewhere deep inside. At night, as they camp in the main hall, David hears footsteps pacing the balcony above. When he investigates, the dust on the floor reveals footprints leading to a locked ward. Julia and Claire search the archives, finding boxes of files hidden behind collapsed shelves. The records describe unusual treatments, sensory deprivation, forced hypnosis, experimental surgeries. One patient's file repeats the same line over and over. Don't listen to the bells. Don't go to the basement. As they read, the overhead lights flicker. A reel-to-reel player sputters to life on its own, playing a recording of a man's voice. They are not patients. They are echoes. Marcus captures the whole moment on camera. When they replay it, there's something else in the recording. Whispering voices, overlapping the man's words, chanting each of their names. The group ventures into the East Wing, a section sealed since the 1940s. The smell of mildew and rot is overwhelming. Inside are padded cells, the walls clawed with deep scratches. Claire swears she hears crying inside one of the locked rooms. When Aaron forces the door open, the cell is empty except for a small child's doll sitting upright on the cot. Its glass eyes blink. Later, Marcus wanders off alone and discovers a long corridor lined with broken mirrors. In them, he doesn't see his reflection, but the patients who once lived there, gaunt, hollow-eyed figures staring back at him. One raises its hand and waves. When Marcus blinks, the mirrors are shattered again. At the heart of the sanatorium lies a ruined chapel. Stained glass windows depict angels, though their faces are distorted. The altar is cracked, and on it sits a rusted bell. When Aaron touches it, the bell tolls once, though no clapper swings inside. Immediately, the building seems to shift. Doors no longer lead where they once did. The hallways stretch impossibly long. That night, Julia dreams of patients kneeling in the chapel, their mouths sewn shut, yet the sound of prayer fills the air. When she wakes, dirt is under her fingernails, as though she had been digging into the floor in her sleep. Inevitably, they find the stairs. The basement smells of ash and seawater, though the hilltop is miles from the ocean. Down below are surgical theaters. Rusted tools lie scattered, tables still chained. On the walls are symbols painted in something too dark to be rust. The group finds films locked in a cabinet. Projecting one reveals grainy footage. Doctors performing procedures, but their faces are blurred, their movements jerky and unnatural. In the background, dozens of patients sit silently, watching. Their faces are the same ones the group saw in the mirrors. As the film ends, one of the patients slowly turns to face the camera. Then, black. The projector shuts off, though no one touched it. Paranoia sets in. Aaron insists the sanatorium is alive, reshaping itself to keep them inside. Claire becomes hysterical, claiming she sees the patients walking behind them in the halls. David disappears while filming. His camera is found on the chapel steps. The last footage shows him running through the corridors, pursued by something unseen. His final words are, "Don't ring the bell again, please." But the bell rings by itself at dawn. The survivors, Aaron, Julia, Marcus, and Claire, try to escape, but every exit leads them back to the main hall. The windows show only darkness outside. They hear gurneys rolling, doors slamming, voices chanting from every floor. One by one, they are separated. Marcus is last seen in the east wing, staring into a mirror. His reflection doesn't follow him anymore. It stands smiling. Then the mirror cracks, and he is gone. Aaron drags Julia toward the gates. But when they burst outside, they find themselves back in the basement. The sanatorium has folded in on itself. The bell tolls one last time. Months later, police search the ruins after locals report lights in the windows. They find scattered belongings, cameras, notebooks, personal items, but no sign of the filmmakers. One camera, however, holds a final recording. It shows Julia, pale and trembling, whispering into the lens. The sanatorium doesn't keep patients, it makes them, and now we're part of it. The footage ends with the sound of the bell tolling. To this day, hikers who pass near Graven Hill claim they see figures moving behind broken windows. Some say they hear the faint toll of a bell carried on the wind. And if you listen too closely, you might hear your name whispered back.